नाथं महिमावदातं विशुद्ध सत्वेन सदा विभातं योगीश्वरं योग समाधिमग्नं नित्यं नमः ब्रह्म विबोध लग्नम. I salute wholeheartedly true Sri Bhagavan Omkarnath Dev, the sum total of all incarnation on earth. He was the incarnation of Sri Bhagavan Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as well as Bhagavan Ramakrishna Dev, and at the age of 6 he had the direct vision of Sri Bhagavan Shiva. Called his father, "Oh father, just see, here is your Shiva." His father could not understand it and went on sleeping. Again at the age of 26, Sri Bhagavan Shivji revisited him when he was a student in a Sanskrit college, Hooghly. Sri Bhagavan Shivji came and aroused him and declared, "You have forgotten me. I have come to you once again." So, who are you? I am your guru. So, if you are my guru, please show me my Ishta. From the left shoulder of Sri Bhagavan Shivji, Parvati Mai came down, and the story runs along. He again went to his guru, Bhagavan Dasrati Dev Yogeshwar, and asked him, "What is all this?" During that time, he had again had the vision of Sri Bhagavan Ramakrishna Dev. And automatically it came out from his lips, "Oh mother, you have not given me salvation, or you have not freed me even now, and tied to this Loko Kalyan, for the benefit of the entire society." Again, Sri Bhagavan could not say anything. He met his guru Sri Dasrati Yogeshwar and told the entire story. He was also a bit perplexed, but as he was a great yogi, he could so understand the riddle. He said, with all the force, "It is good that you have seen Sri Bhagavan, and it is due to your past good deeds of sadhana. So, Bhagavan Omkarnath Dev during that time had undergone a state which is called Dibya Bhumi. In other words, divinely mad. He met any person and used to ask, do you want to see God? A few persons paid heed to his word and had the divine vision of the Supreme. But mostly people neglected him and took him for a madcap, for a madman. This was his stage during that time, and in fact, the world around him was perplexed to some extent, minus a few great personalities, divine personalities. They could understand what was going on. One of them is Ramdal Majumdar. He was a great saint as well as intellectual. He appreciated him to the best of his capacity, but Bhagavan Omkarnath was passing through a very difficult phase. Nobody could understand him, neither he could understand anyone. Why are they saying so? Why are they doing that? And all that. This was the position during that time his guru, Sri Dasri Yogeshwar, could console him to some extent, but not entirely. Almost during this period, he was living in his own home, doing the Bhajanath Ninkatan. He came to know the entire mystery of his advent. He came to know that he was an incarnation. He has come to this world to pacify the world's disturbances, anxieties, and all that. And the single way was doing Nam Sankirtan. During some period in his life, as I have already referred to, had visualized Sri Bhagavan Ramakrishna Dev and asked the Supreme Mother, Mataji, you have not freed me as yet. Even now, you are trying to harass me in this divine sport to make the distressed persons free and lead them to a divine state. Still now, this was the position. He went here, there, and everywhere, and whoever came to him and came to believe in him had divine bliss, unique peace within, because Sri Bhagavan Omkarnath was an incarnation. To see him was to know him. To see him was to know the Supreme. And this was the gravity, weight of his revealed personality. Almost the main divine personality of that time got charmed, enthralled at his vision, at his samadhi state, here and there, anywhere. And it was indeed unique when all other great and saints and sages were in search of samadhi, running to their gufa. Bhagavan Omkarnath Dev had enjoyed his samadhi anywhere, anytime, for no reason. In other words, it was his normal state. It was a normal state. He was always enjoying the supreme state and was also able to give it away to others who had faith in him, who had love for him at least. Hundreds of people were gratified, satisfied to have him as his supreme guru, guide, as well as philosopher. He also is very nice, unique philosophy which charmed the entire intellectual world of the time later on. What was his philosophy? This was his philosophy. If we go on chanting the name, someday or other, you will be able to have the divine grace of the Supreme. You will also enjoy supreme spiritual bliss. And through his touch alone, so many spiritual experience reach the high stage still unknown to them. It was unique, it was superb, it was unparalleled. How could that be? It is possible only for the Supreme Incarnation to sanction this highest stage of spirituality so easily. And that he was the greatest incarnation of the period, and he saved so many fallen persons also, giving only name to them. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He used to give this name to all and ask them to chant it. How did he get it? Satisfied with the vision of Lord Shiva and Durga, he sometimes went to Jagannath Puri and stayed for some time over there with the prayer, O Bhagavan Jagannath, I have reached my stage, I have the vision of Shiva Durga, I am totally satisfied, but for one thing I have come to you, to know from you what should I do now, what should I preach for the world on behalf of you. What should I do now? You please appear before me in your person and grant me that boon. It takes years, even for the great saints, to have the direct darshan, vision of the Supreme, far from having his command, direct command. In the word of Bhagavan Ramakrishna Chapras, without that direct command from the Supreme, no one can do, no great saint even can do much for the betterment of the world. And in fact, Guruji was a divine incarnation, and divine incarnation of this stage that Sri Bhagavan Jagannath Dev appeared before him in person, for which he prayed Bhagavan Omkarnath Dev, and gave the final command to him again in person, not through other photograph or not through any suggestion of any other type, not that kind. Here the direct vision, direct sakkhatkar of Bhagavan Jagannath Dev, and heard his command, Ja ja nam dike ja, go and preach the name. This is the final command from the Supreme. Without this command, even great saints can't do much. And it is most amazing that within 10 days, Bhagavan Jagannath Dev gave him the direct darshan with the direct command, go and preach the name. With that command from the Supreme, direct command from the Supreme, Bhagavan Omkarnath Dev went out from door to door, from village to village, from town to town, from city to city, and preached the name Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. This is not the end of the story. Wherever he went, hundreds of people thronged around him, and with this name, Sankirtan, with some of his dear disciples, he used to go deep in samadhi then and there, almost without fail. It was the unique thing about him. Wherever he went, the Akhanda Nam Sankirtan, non-stop Nam Sankirtan, was his dearest companion. Without that Nam Sankirtan, he could not stay at all. Even during his sleep, when we had asked to stop the Nam Sankirtan for some time, he used to get up. I am not at all asleep. Please, you carry on Nam. If you stop the Nam, I have no sleep at all. This was his taste, and thousands of public and the greatest men of his times, greatest poets, greatest literary figures, greatest doctors, in short, the cream of the society came to him and were so much astounded, charmed, that many of them had the Nam Diksha from him then and there. It was part of his daily life. He went into Samadhi, people used to come and throng around him, and so impressed with his divine command, with his divine presence, that they became his followers then and there without fail. Jai Guru, Jai Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.